nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
We are ready to go here at the GCU Soccer Stadium. The Lopes taking on the Aggies in rivalry week and also the pink game. As you can see, the Lopes wearing the pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is October. And Philip Toffman alongside Alex Larson. Alex, the Lopes looking for a win tonight against New Mexico State. They split the road series 1-1. As on the flip side, of course, New Mexico State, they've only won one game so far in the WAC.
Yeah, that's right. 2-13 overall, 5-13 for GCU. These are teams that are not that offensively powered, so it's going to be interesting to see which shots go, and you got to take the opportunities if you get the chance.
And we are underway as the Aggies take possession early on, and the Lopes immediately take it back.
Whoa.
Aggies already got it in the box, moving pretty quickly as they push it ahead. And we are underway here at GCU Stadium.
Looks to be a lot of one-touch passing early by the Aggies.
That one kicked ahead, cleared out by Michaela McGee. Hill coming to recover on defense. And it's booted out of bounds by Kelsey Smith. Throw in for New Mexico State. The shot, Burton's right there to scoop it up. And while we've got a little break, let's take a look at our Dignity Health players starting lineups for New Mexico State. We'll start there. Adriana Chavez, Samantha Alfonso, Rebecca Mazzi, Eileen Galacia, Michaela Melivec, Kelly Burton, Emma Smith, Grace Olson, Zarina Hazen, and Katie Martinez make the Aggies, and in the box at the goalkeeper position, Ashley Martin for New Mexico State. McGee boots it ahead. New Mexico State will recover, and they'll send it downfield. Edwards hustling forward, kicks it ahead, and cleared downfield. For the Lopes, the usual suspects, Kelsey Smith, Mackenzie Cook, Briley Hawkins, Sandra Hill, Anna Whitaker, Hannah Edwards, Hannah Nichols, Perry Belzer, Michaela McGee, and Cameron Larson. And of course, the second saves leader in the WAC, Abby Burton, 80 saves for the fifth-year senior.
Yeah, that's right. Burton, 6 saves in each of the last 2 games against Chicago State and UMKC, one in a shutout.
So free kick now for New Mexico State. Free kick on the way. In the air, headered, and out of bounds.
What a good ball.
Yeah, great placement by New Mexico State. They'll go down to take their first corner kick. Good look early on for the Aggies, and we're not even 3 minutes into the game.
Right, and they got a shot earlier across the top, but I didn't hate too much either. Good opportunity.
Corner is on the way. Aggies still with it. Second chance shot right into the hands of Abby Burton. But there's a reason she's second in the WAC in saves. Abby Burton able to get that one for her first save of the night.
Well, put the records aside, Burton might be seeing a lot of shots in there tonight because this is a conference matchup, and these conference teams play each other tough every time.
That one booted ahead. Hill hustling over on defense. Aggies with a chance. The cross no good, cleared out by GCU. Kick downfield right to the Aggies.
This is all Aggies early.
Yeah, so far New Mexico State doing a great job of keeping possession against GCU. Burton will line up for the goal kick.
This New Mexico State team averaging about 12.5 shots a game. That's just about one more than GCU.
Cook hustling for it. Booted ahead. Martin will send it away. McGee over to Nichols. Nichols touch pass to Larson, unable to connect. Whitaker sends it out of bounds. So New Mexico State with the throw-in.
Well, you know who New Mexico State's trying to get to the ball to? That's Galicia, leading in goals and shots. So she is a playmaker for the Aggies.
Larson looking for the cross to McGee, and we'll get a foul on New Mexico State. Yeah, Galicia leading this team in goals with 4, and that puts her in 12th in the WAC. But New Mexico State, not a team that scores a whole lot of goals on the entire season.
Not at all.
That one in the air. Martin boots it. Good save by Ashley Martin. Unable to connect, and Mackenzie Cook's got it. Nichols crosses it. Belzer to Larson. On the rebound. And New Mexico State so far up and up for GCU. And Martin should come and scoop it up. Yes, she will.
Right, so nothing, so to speak, for GCU as far as shots or anything, but that was very well done and executed down there. It seemed like the passing was almost planned.
Yeah, it almost seemed like GCU had something cooking there, a little bit of a strategy trying to get the ball into the box and
leave room for the open shooter. Yeah, they left it very well off the one-touch pass.
That one's sent downfield. Olsen with it. She'll lose it. New Mexico State recovers and intercepted by GCU. That's going to be Hawkins. Hawkins touch pass at the top of your screen. Cross to Cook. Larson on the rebound. The shot. Oh, it's out of bounds. Good look by Cameron Larson. Just unable to get the angle.
Okay, but you got to love the pace of this game for each team so far, and that is exactly what you talk about for GCU. They got to jump ahead, and when they do, they need to finish the fight.
We'll take another look at it, and just right there.
Yeah, just missed.
Way past the goal for Cameron Larson, but not a bad look for number 9.
Yeah, Larson second in goals, second in shots, too.
Cook to the outside. Belzer again looking for Larson on the cross, unable to connect.
Yeah, GCU would like to think that Cameron Larson is the future of this team. She plays like it here just a force for this Lopes squad.
Yeah, Larson, the sophomore on the squad. Lopes probably looking for another premier goal scorer with Mackenzie Cook as a senior this year. And they won't have her next year, obviously.
Well, just got to hope that the recruits were pan out as you wanted to and no injuries.
Yeah. Hawkins loses it, hustling for it is Whitaker. Whitaker will win the foot race to the ball and get it over to Burton. Burton should be able to clear it out for GCU. Alfonso. Header. Pass ahead. Burton will come grab it. So not a bad pass. But Abby Burton is on top of her game.
Yeah, nice anticipation in there by Burton, and that's what you got to do, obviously, as a goalkeeper. Snuff that one out before anything could even develop, really. You got your phone on you?
A little trip up down there, no call. Belzer boots it out of bounds, so New Mexico State will turn over possession to GCU.
Now, this has to be one of the fastest, most high-paced games in the first 10 minutes I've seen. No real feeling each other out. They're just going right at it, and that's maybe because these teams have such a long history.
When crossed, headed away. Edwards kicks it ahead. Cook. She's going to get to it. Cook with a chance. The shot, and oh! Right out the fingertips of Ashley Martin. And another save for New Mexico State, and not a bad look for the Lopes.
Yeah, she put the move on right there to come across, and she decided to say, towards the side down low, and that doesn't give her much of an angle when she's striking with her left. Of course, if you hit that with your right, I think that one's going in.
Yeah, that definitely might have gone in. With the defense closing in, Cook just wanted to get it on goal.
Yeah, not a bad shot
Yeah.
just for trying to get it on goal.
Well, Mackenzie Cook, so talented with her feet. The senior for GCU. 5 goals on the season for Mackenzie Cook. Got her 5th against Chicago State. As we mentioned in the pregame. Cook, not a clear pass to Belzer. Belzer misses it. Belzer boxing out, trying to keep the ball in front of her. Heel kick out of bounds. Belzer fighting for it. New Mexico State will keep possession. Nichols looking for the interception, but New Mexico State able to get it back. Hawkins, little hesitation. Boots it ahead to Cook. Cook downfield. Might be another chance for GCU.
Good ball.
Kelsey Smith looking for the cross. Headered. Belzer on the recovery. McGee. Crossed again to Belzer. And out of bounds, so corner kick now for GCU.
Yeah, now a chance to put it into the danger zone for the Lopes and try and get another shot.
So Mackenzie Cook will handle the corner kick as usual. First corner kick for GCU. This one sent away on the cross. Martin able to punch it out. Belzer will hustle for it. Up to McGee. McGee over to Hill. Hill boots it ahead, too much for Cameron Larson, but had she gotten that pass off, Larson would have had a nice look at the goal.
Yeah, and maybe even a little closer. She could have gotten those long legs on it and slowed it down and gotten into the break, but GCU continues to stick with the strategy of going right at the Aggies.
GCU playing very aggressive against New Mexico State, like you said, Alex, keeping the attacks at the box as much as possible. 2 shots for GCU, 2 for New Mexico State.
And with this pace, I think there's going to be some hostility on the field. These two teams obviously whack rivals, so got to talk about that second key.
That one's headed again by New Mexico State. Cook's trying to clear some space. Belzer will come to pick it up. Belzer looking for Larson, and out of bounds. So Larson will handle the quick corner kick.
Oh,
She'll throw it in. So Larson will throw it in to double coverage. Lopes still with a chance. Belzer looking for somebody. Maybe Kelsey Smith. New Mexico State on the outside.
Just outworking the Aggies right there. GCU's defense.
That one crossed over to Perry Belzer. Belzer kicks it ahead. It's going to be too much for Mackenzie Cook, and Martin should come to recover and get it.
I've got to get a little bit more touch on those balls, but if not, I mean, I think the marking for the Aggies isn't good enough to stick with these attack for the Lopes.
Martin sends it downfield. That one headed. Headed again. And it's going to be a foul on Michaela McGee.
Lopes come in the Aggies 1-4 in the WAC. GCU 2-3 in the WAC. The one win for New Mexico State in the WAC, 3-0 against Chicago State. That's a team game that 2-1 against Chicago State, and GCU won that one 3-0.
Yeah, GCU able to take down Chicago State as that one flies in the air. Lopes will try to clear it. Header, rebound for New Mexico off the chest of the Lopes defense. Again, another chance, and it will go out of bounds. Well, like you said, Alex, New Mexico State getting their first win in the WAC. And they had a 4-game losing streak, and they beat Chicago State 2-1, where, like you said, we look at GCU, and they were able to beat Chicago State 3-0 and get their second win in the WAC.
Yeah, that does a lot for confidence, but I also think that win against Chicago State does a lot, too, because if you're the Aggies, you think you got something going now, and now you want to come in and spoil another team's season. That team being GCU.
Yeah, GCU currently fighting for 5th place, trying to stay relevant in WAC playoffs. As we know, the women's team was able to beat UTRGV in the first round last season and then lost to Utah Valley in the second round here at GCU Stadium. This year, I believe the WAC tournament will be in Seattle. Burton with it, sends it downfield, intercepted by the Lopes. Whitaker. Or excuse me, that's Edwards. Larson with the touch. Smith on the outside. Smith with a good look in the air. Looking for someone. Larson's going to hustle for it. Booted up to Belzer. Belzer with a sky shot, and Martin should have no problem grabbing it.
Yeah, nice job high pointing that ball, but really no chance there for a goal. But I think what really stands out to me is the advantage in speed. GCU so much faster, both offensively and defensively, than New Mexico State. And I think towards the end of the game, especially in the second half, that's really going to take notice. I mean, yeah, those through balls, those lead passes, GCU is able to get to, and New Mexico State's being outrun by GCU, and I love to see the Lopes playing very good defense early.
Yeah, GCU defensively they have been playing pretty good. It's just, it seems like every now and then they'll let their guard down and give up a goal last second. As we know, against UMKC, their first goal of that game, and by them I mean UMKC, was in the 77th minute. So from the first half up until the second half, it was 0-0. And then UMKC was able to break through, and GCU was unable to respond.
Yeah, and that's what's big about scoring first and really keeping the pedal to the metal here for the Lopes.
McGee boots it ahead, looking for Larson, but New Mexico State will come and trap it. Back to McGee. Booted ahead to Cook. And out of bounds on New Mexico State. So throw in for Belzer. Over to Cook. Belzer on the cross, looking for Larson. Cook able to get a foot on it. Larson again. Back to Cook. Cook the shot, and Martin's there. That one downfield. Edwards. Larson coming over to get it. And she will. Larson on the cross. Belzer hustling. And I don't think she's going to get to it, and she won't. It'll go out of bounds. Well, good hustle by Perry Belzer. Just a little too far out in front of her on that cross. As we get another throw-in for New Mexico State.
GCU continuing to knock on the door. Eventually, it's going to cave in.
Belzer will throw it in again. A little too far out in front of Larson as it goes out of bounds. So Martin will kick it away from the box.
I feel like this game is going to really come down to the goalies' efforts and really the goals that are disallowed that should be goals, what the goalies do to stop those balls.
That one headed out. Cook will come on the rebound. Well, the last time these two teams played, it was double overtime in Las Cruces, and New Mexico State was able to get the win. Mackenzie Cook was the only goal scorer for GCU in a 2-1 loss. So these two teams play each other very tough. Now, of course, it's a new season. You know, New Mexico State is a different team. GCU is a completely different team. And, you know, you got to think is, are we going to see a repeat of this, or is GCU going to be able to break free first? Larson ahead to Belzer. Belzer on the cross. Lopes still threatening. McGee gets a foot on it. McGee sends it away and right into the hands of Martin. So another going more from distance. It looks like GCU not really attacking too much.
I think they maybe might have been able to work something a little bit more. I mean, that's about a 25, 30-yard shot. Maybe pass it on a little bit more, try for something to a teammate, but.
Well, Cook, Belzer, and McGee now all have shots from outside of the box.
Nothing wrong with that. Number one, shoot your shot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. It was a part of our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game. Shoot your shot, and the Lopes are definitely doing that.
This game is being the pace dominated by GCU offensively and defensively.
Kicked ahead, might be too much. Off the foot. Lopes going to try to take advantage. Smith sends one downfield. It is, just missed. It just rolled past the goal. Kelsey Smith had a wide open shot, and it just barely rolls out. And I'll tell you what, Ashley Martin's got to be happy about that.
Yeah, and guess what? She's going to reconsider. I was about to say, I mean, that's what you do. You see the empty net, you shoot from distance, but good call to come up on that ball, because if not, it's a one-on-one, one-on-none breakaway. But then you got to think about what happens if you don't get it. You have to be sure you're going to get the ball if you're going to come out and do that.
Belzer now on the inside, trying to get it through. And it'll be a foul on the Lopes.
That would have been a nice goal.
Yeah, that would have been a great way to break the tie. Get the Lopes going early. We talked about them shooting from distance, and Kelsey Smith had a wide open goal, just unable to convert. Hawkins tripped up, no call. Oh, able to get it through the legs. What a great job by Briley Hawkins, but I think they're going to call an infraction on the hand. That one downfield, right into the hands of Abby Burton.
The one thing you don't and can't have is for New Mexico State to score after all this pressure and possession. 6 shots already. You're out shooting the Aggies by twice as much, and yeah, a goal like that would just be heartbreaking. Everyone in the stadium has to feel that this is all GCU so far. They are in complete control of this game, although the scoreboard says 0-0.
Possession-wise, for sure, the Lopes are dominating.
Yes. Yep. I'd say passing percentage much higher, too. GCU's certainly starting to find teammates much easier than the Aggies, it seems like. Yeah.
Cook's going to hustle for it.
Can't do that. Got to make sure you get that ball out if you're Martin. And I feel like if that keeps happening, the Lopes are going to find a way to take advantage of it now. That kick certainly mishit that one. That's not where she meant for it to go. But once again, unscathed.
Belzer. Back to McGee, downfield to Cook.
I think we're going to see Hannah Edwards come on for Perry Belzer. And there it is. Belzer goes down.
And we'll get a substitution for GCU. Remy Deutsch coming in. Number 29.
29?
Yeah.
I thought that was 19.
No, Hannah Edwards is right over there.
Oh. I don't have my glasses. Yeah, that certainly said 19 to me.
Yeah, Perry Belzer checking in, number 29. Hannah Edwards on the field for Alex Larson. So McGee will send it downfield. Looking for Cook, maybe. Hawkins unable to get the header. And we will have a foul on New Mexico State. So free kick for GCU. Maybe this is their opportunity to break free and get their first goal of the game.
Yeah, there's nothing really to change. They just have to keep putting it on net and keep getting it into the danger zone. Geez, I'll tell you what, from here I can't read any of the three numbers out there.
That's going to be Briley Hawkins, Cameron Larson, and Mackenzie Cook.
Oh, much easier to watch from the... But they only wear the pink jerseys once.
That's right. Hawkins will take the shot in the air, and it's in! Briley Hawkins sends it in on the free kick in the 25th minute. Lopes lead 1-0.
Well, knew it was going to happen, knew it was coming. You take two others to decoy and then have Hawkins take it. That one was struck and a missile into the top right third. And Martin lets in her first.
So the Lopes break free in the 25th minute. 1-0 here at GCU Stadium on a goal by Briley Hawkins. New Mexico State on the rebound, looking to respond to GCU. It'll go out of bounds, and Burton will send it away. Ashley Martin coming into this game 7th in the WAC in goals allowed with 20. Make it 21 now. That one downfield. Deutsch. New Mexico State on the outside. Smith in the air and headed almost in. Rebound, and Burton keeps it ahead. Lopes are going to have to clear it. It'll go into the arms of Abby Burton. So a little bit of confusion up here, but how about Abby Burton able to stay with it and hang on to keep the Lopes leading 1-0. Great save by the fifth-year senior.
Yeah, well, that first one, very dangerous, almost an own goal off the head. And then the rebound attempt right there by New Mexico State, and then Abby Burton getting her arm on it to barely stop it from going on the line, and a teammate in the goal to keep it out over the line too.
So good defense by the Lopes, capped off by a great save from Abby Burton. That's going to be her 4th on the game. She had 6 in Chicago State. She had 6 at UMKC. And now she's got 4 so far for GCU. Burton doing an exceptional job so far. 2nd in the WAC in saves. She came into this one with 80. She's got 84 now in total.
And that's because she's seen one of the most shots, and she's going to continue to keep seeing shots in this one, but she's going to need to keep turning them aside. Because now you got to jump on them early and stay ahead. Finish the fight.
So Sarah Inafuku checking in for GCU, scoring 2 of the 3 goals against Chicago State. Inafuku checks in. Larson will throw it in. Alfonso's going to beat her to it. Throw in now for GCU. Larson. Looking for space. Larson cross. Headered out of bounds. So not a bad look for GCU again. The opportunities have definitely been there for the Lopes. Able to execute on the free kick, but a lot of those crosses are just not falling for GCU.
Yeah, well, if they keep shooting it, they will, because, you know, so many chances. Eventually, one's going to fall, and I feel like they're just starting to play even stronger now as that goal got scored, and hopefully that continues as the game goes on. And they need to take it past the halftime break. They can't slow down at halftime because they take a break.
So throw in for New Mexico State as we get some substitutions for the Aggies. Corey Kisler will check in for New Mexico State, and Serena Hazen will check out. That one's out of bounds again on New Mexico State, so the Lopes will keep possession. Throw in now. Larson heads it out.
Very quick moving game so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, Lopes have been able to control possession and really just make as many opportunities as they can, as Larson might be having a little bit of breakaway here. Tripped up.
That's a PK.
And that's going to be penalty kick now for Cameron Larson.
I don't see how not. A tackle in the box. That was a clear chance for a breakaway. That is the definition. And I think, yeah, we're going to see it. Chance for
possible 2-0 lead for GCU as Cameron Larson lines up for the penalty kick.
Now this wouldn't have tied up with Cook for 5 goals apiece.
Oh yeah, they're going to let Cook take it.
Oh my goodness.
So we'll see if the senior can convert. Mackenzie Cook on the penalty kick. The shot right into the hands of Martin.
Not a good take whatsoever.
Almost shot it right to her.
Yeah. There's no way other you can put it. That was not a good take, and it's an opportunity squandered, really. I mean, Martin read that ball all the way. Did not even blink.
Larson. Looking for someone on the cross into the hands of Martin.
Man, I'm still shocked about that. Shot by Cook. Martin tracked it all the way into the gloves.
Well, I guess no need talking about it now. It's
over.
Over with, yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. You're going to look back and wish you converted if this game is closer and if it goes down to the wire. But if they can continue this momentum, it's not going to be a problem. But they can't let that dictate the rest of the game.
Yeah,
now.
Lopes are playing very, very well, keeping the possession, giving themselves opportunities. 5 shots on goal so far, the total of 9 that they've gotten this entire game. And well, yeah.
Can't dwell on it.
Can't dwell on it too long, but like you said, it could come up a lot later if this game does not go the way of the Lopes, unlike how it is now. In the air and out of bounds. So Burton will goal kick. 4 saves for Abby Burton, 4 saves for Ashley Martin. 1-0 lead for GCU here in the 32nd minute. Belzer. And one kicked ahead off the foot.
32. Yeah.
And out of bounds. So throw in now for New Mexico State. Will get a substitution. Rachel Walter will check in. And Katie Martinez will come out for the Aggies. And that one's touched, and New Mexico State will hang on. Throw in now for the Aggies. Larson. On the cross to Belzer. Or I'm sorry, that's Remy Deutsch. Deutsch.
Oh,
Intercepted by
nice.
Cook. McGee. Headed by Edwards. Kelsey Smith. Crossed over to Deutsch. Oh, Deutsch tripped up. That did not look good.
Her knee, yeah, her knee's moving around. That's good to see. And she's getting up, so.
Yeah, Deutsch just fumbled around a little bit there on the field, but she is okay.
New Mexico State head coach thinking, trying to sell that one like we're an acting class. Looked pretty up here to me.
Yeah, Coach Bart's not too happy about that call. Cook in the air. Off the back of New Mexico State. Cook trying to intercept it, unable to get it. Smith. Over to Deutsch. Deutsch pushing it ahead.
Oh, nice move.
No wrap up, and it's going to be a foul in New Mexico State. So free kick for the Lopes as Mackenzie Cook lines up. 5 minutes away from the end of the first half. Lopes still lead 1-0. Lopes trying to get on the board again. Cook in the air. And Martin will scoop it up.
The ball delivered in there was decent, just a little too far to the backside and didn't get any players, teammates behind it. But this game moving right along. GCU dominating the pace, dominating possession, and as a result, not a lot of stoppages in plays.
Well, we talked about GCU reducing their fouls against in their road trip just recently against Chicago State and UMKC. The Lopes had a combined 32 fouls in both of those games. UMKC had 1, and Chicago State had 13. So it was a 32-14 foul difference.
Yeah, you can't expect for the game to go your way if you're going to double up your opponent in fouls.
In this one, both teams, GCU with 4 and New Mexico State with 5. And you can tell that, both teams playing a relatively clean game. Either that or the referees just aren't calling much. But you can tell that, just through the pace of this game, we're already in the 36th minute. And GCU doing a good job of keeping cooler heads prevail, as we talked about in the pregame. Deutsch off her head. Kicked ahead. Martinez hustling. They're going to boot it to the goalie. Hawkins is going to track it down. Smith. Whitaker. Headed for GCU. Inafuku. Looking for Martinez. Martinez on the outside.
Can she switch fields?
Martinez kicks it ahead, and it'll go to New Mexico State. McGee hustling for it. Trying to keep her foot on it. She'll break free. Back to Inafuku. Inafuku, the shot, right into the hands of Martinez.
No, absolutely not the take. Inafuku turned around and shot it right away. She had about a 6-yard cushion where she could have stepped in and taken the shot, gotten some momentum behind it. Not a bad shot, but the way she took the shot, I think is, she probably want to redo there because not that much juice on that one.
Well, GCU really liking the shots from distance tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Deutsch hustling for it. It'll go out of bounds.
And their only goals from distance, though,
Yeah.
so.
On the free kick from Briley Hawkins in the 25th minute. So we'll get a goal kick from Martin.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride by going to lopeshop.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories, using promo code GCUTV25 to get 25% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Paint the Valley purple and go Lopes.
That one kicked out of bounds. So GCU TV 25% off. Just for watching this broadcast, we know that graduation for the fall has just begun for the online students.
And it was 20 last year, so.
Yeah, we've upgraded. So you get 5% more just for watching this broadcast. You ever saved money watching TV, Alex?
No, I was going to say, but if you didn't watch, you're not going to see that that's the promo. So, yeah, this is the only way to know about the promo code. So, yeah, you're going to pay full price, or, yeah, you watch and
you get 25% off.
41st minute here. Let's see what teams do as this half comes to a close.
That one in the air. Climbing the ladder to boot it out is GCU. Martinez on the cross. Oh, looking for Inafuku. Not enough touch on that one. Lopes now 5 minutes away from halftime. New Mexico State with a chance. Off and into the hands of Burton. So the defense stands strong for Abby Burton. Her 5th save of the night.
And a massive block by the defender in front of Burton. Not exactly sure which one that was, but I think if the Aggie shooter gets that shot off clean, that's a goal. And at the end of the half, that could lead to disastrous results.
Deutsch boots it ahead to Martinez.
Good ball.
Martinez unable to track it down. Right to Cook. Cook with the shot, out of bounds.
Not it. Absolutely not the take at all.
Definitely the shots from distance for GCU. I can assure you when we get to our GCU Hotel halftime highlights, when halftime arrives, that most of our highlights will be about these shots from distance from GCU. You got to like the aggressiveness, though, for GCU taking those shots. One did fall in. It was Briley Hawkins.
Yeah, 11 already in the first half. That is good.
Kelsey Smith almost had that free goal, so a little bit of a positive, but probably want to see the Lopes get a little bit more shots in the box.
Yeah, ooh. Cook's missed free kick right to the gloves.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, that one definitely hurt.
Leaves you wondering what might have been. Well, 2-0. That's what might have been.
Yeah, it definitely would have been 2-0.
But they still have the lead. They'll work with it.
That went in the air. Header. Cook. Unable to connect with Hawkins. When sent ahead, McGee will track it down. Deutsch. And out of bounds on Martinez. Throw in for New Mexico State. Cook looking for Bateman. Bateman's going to have to hustle for it. And it'll be a throw in for GCU. So we are getting to the 1 minute mark here at GCU Soccer Stadium. Lopes leading 1-0 so far. Cross to New Mexico State. Lopes defense been pretty good. Haven't broken free yet.
Yeah.
It's going to be a yellow card for, I think that's Michaela McGee. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Briley Hawkins.
Yeah, that'll be for sending the ball away and obviously using time, but
free kick for New Mexico State. In the air. Burton's going to have to stay back. And it'll go out of bounds.
Ooh, they were going for that backside. Well defended by GCU. And they will take the 1-0 lead into the half.
Yep, GCU doing a good job so far, taking their opportunities. We talked about in the pregame about them shooting their shots. 11 shots so far for the Lopes, 6 of them on goal. 1 converted for a goal for Briley Hawkins on a penalty kick. I'm sorry, on a free kick. And if you look at New Mexico State, 7 shots, 5 shots on goal. GCU so far will keep the lead. A 1-0 victory here at the GCU Soccer Stadium. And Alex, Abby Burton, 5 saves so far on the night. She is doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, something tells me that she's going to see an increased number of shots in the second half. And really some show-stopping saves there. I mean, not to be overlooked. While it's been the offense that's been the tail of the game, really, Burton has made 2 stops that really could have and should have been goals.
Yeah, Burton doing a great job. 5 saves for her so far. And how about Briley Hawkins on the free kick? Able to convert it for the Lopes. And, well, you got to be happy so far with the opportunities for GCU. They've been doing a pretty good job putting the ball in around the box and in around the goal.
Yeah, 6 players with shots, and that's spreading the wealth. Of course, 5 from Cook, and then others spread down there. But that's what you like to see, and I'd be interested to see if GCU will keep up the momentum and the strategy they did in the first half. And not necessarily in the negative way, but we've seen GCU kind of switch how they play in the second half for worse or for better. But here they're going to need to do it for the better.
Yeah, well, GCU taking a lot of shots from distance so far early on. And like you said, they're going to want to finish games. They've been struggling a little bit in terms of finishing games for the most part. But of recent, GCU's been doing a pretty good job. They were able to get the win against Chicago State after coming off of 2 straight losses to UTRGV and Cal Baptist. So GCU able to kind of break free a little bit, and right now they've got the lead as we head into halftime, and we'll see if the Lopes can keep the lead. You're watching women's soccer. It's halftime here at GCU Stadium on GCU TV. On GCU TV. There we go.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people. Through leadership and insight, you help others fulfill their promise. You share a unique bond with your family and cherish your time together. But you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's online degree program in performance psychology will enhance your skills in helping others succeed. Master your craft in an online PhD program that puts innovation and technology at the heart of education. And you can do it all within a tight schedule without disrupting other aspects of your life. With a PhD in performance psychology, you'll have the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online. There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit gcuhotel.com today.
You use the latest technology to treat patients, but your care and compassion is timeless. And as an RN, you delight in sharing it. But there's always room to grow. Advancing your career means helping more patients and providing even more care. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves. Healthcare has made significant advancements, and GCU teaches you how to prepare for the future. By applying that knowledge, you're able to stay up to date with the latest medical technologies. And since GCU's nursing programs are online, you can access your program from anywhere, so you're always there for those most important.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
It is halftime here at GCU Soccer Stadium. The Lopes leading 1-0 in a very, very possession-heavy game for GCU. Philip Katafmo alongside Alex Larson. And Alex, Lopes doing a good job so far keeping possession.
Yeah, good job keeping possession. Good job of everything, really. I'd say this is the most solid first half the Lopes have had as far as shots. You talk about the first Sanderson forward key of the game, shoot your shot. They've done that, and we've seen how deeply they've taken them. But I like that. They're taking the opportunity. They clearly knew something that they need to shoot on Miller, and they will have the chance for it to go in.
Yeah, they are definitely taking advantage of Ashley Martin. And if you missed the first half, we'll get you all recapped as we take a look at our GCU Hotel halftime highlights. Well, we start out with a few of those shots. We talked about GCU taking shots from distance, and most of their shots early on were from outside of the box.
Yeah, there's a chance right there off the left. I mean, not so much angle, but it's still a good chance. Good idea.
That one saved by Martin, and then this one by Cook. Not really a
no, but it makes her,
shot. Yeah,
makes her think, and it makes her move, and yeah, it doesn't really let her get relaxed in there. So
yeah, 5 saves for Ashley Martin so far, and there's a Kelsey Smith heartbreaker. She almost had it from distance. And then how about Abby Burton? She is on fire. 5 saves for the goalkeeper for GCU, and then Briley Hawkins able to break the tie with that free kick. And then this one right here.
Probably, yeah, the best chance for New Mexico State, definitely. And that's Abby Burton really show-stopping this game, and that's an underrated play right there. And then another missed opportunity. 2 missed opportunities. Of course, that empty netter from about 40 yards, and then that penalty kick miss. But the shots are coming, and hopefully they continue to come, 11 of them in the first half.
Well, GCU doing a great job of taking advantage of Ashley Martin as much as they can, trying to be, like we said, they are shooting their shot. They are taking their opportunities when they come, and they are coming in bunches, controlling possession and doing a great job of trying to capitalize. So far, they've only capitalized once. It was Briley Hawkins on the free kick. And I got to say, GCU is playing really, really well, especially coming off that road loss against UMKC. That's
right. There's no hesitation, no real aftermath of that. They put it behind them, and they have to really for this, because you got to stay relevant in the WAC, and for the WAC tournament, only 2 more games after this. So this is a big game for them and a statement game, really.
Well, this game is just getting underway as we head into halftime, but lots of sports going on around GCU. And for more on that, let's throw it over to Kyle Borg for our Lopes Report.
Thanks, guys. I'm Kyle Borg, and this is your Lopes Report. Women's volleyball won their first 2 WAC games over the weekend with wins over California State Bakersfield and Chicago State. Tegan DeFalco and Kayla Matthews were both named WAC Players of the Week. This past week, Daniel Flores broke the school record for the cross-country team by 11 seconds at the Bronco Invitational. With basketball season right around the corner, the WAC polls are out, and they predict that the men's basketball team will finish second in the WAC, while the women's team is projected to finish fourth. Lastly, this is the final weekend for women's soccer. They have one final home game against Utah Valley. Catch it right here on GCU TV. I'm Kyle Borg. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Kyle. We are definitely excited about a lot of these sports starting to get underway. Of course, the men's soccer team getting ready to not the men's soccer. Well, men's soccer and women's soccer finishing their season, and men's basketball and women's basketball starting their season very, very soon.
Yeah, the hype of the campus, really, the men's basketball, and that's getting underway here in the next couple days, really. And obviously, Midnight Madness really has signified that it was real. But yeah, here we are, obviously projected to finish second in the WAC, but higher expectations here on campus.
And we are excited about sports, but we are also excited about what's going down at the Ethington Theater. Right in time for Halloween, the College of Fine Arts and Production presents the Shakespearean classic, Macbeth.
Macbeth is about corruption. It's about a man who is told that he could become king, and in order to do that, he believes he has to kill. He's a soldier. He's killed before, but it goes from what's killing to murder, and it's murder on top of murder and him trying to cover his own sins. The amazing thing about Macbeth is it's pretty revolutionary for when it was written. It's got a message of no man is better than any other man, and I think that's something that is important to hear today.
My experience in Macbeth has been an incredible blessing. I've always wanted to be in this show, and I'm kind of putting everything that I've learned thus far into it, and it's been a really good growing experience.
Working with director Claude, he's got a lot of great ideas, and it's beautiful the way it all plays out.
I think what makes GCU's version so special is the way that it's being inspired on the technical scale. There's things like I just couldn't have even imagined with the lighting, with the costume. It's really created its own world and its own presence, and I think it's going to be very captivating to watch visually. And also along with that, because it has this otherworldly feel, I think that makes it more relatable.
I think people should come see Macbeth because just watching Shakespeare in general is a great experience. I know for a lot of students, whether it's in high school or college or any school whatsoever, they'd read a lot of Shakespearean classes. And it's one thing to be reading it off the page, it's another thing entirely to be experiencing it on the stage.
If you don't think you like Shakespeare, if you don't think you're gonna understand it, come see this. Our actors are incredible. Our director is incredible of creating this concept. We also see a lot of creepiness. Whatever your plans are for Halloween, change them because we've got blood and gore, quote unquote, but we've also got the supernatural elements.
And of course, a lot going down at the Ethington Theater. Most of their plays do sell out. And of course, this is the final weekend for Macbeth. So be sure not to miss it. Tickets are available at the Ethington Theater box office. And we are just getting underway here. The second half just about to get started here at GCU Soccer Stadium. The fans are ready, and so are we. And when we come back, we'll have second half soccer. You're watching women's soccer here on GCU TV.
Curiosity fuels you. It helps you understand the world around you. It's your guide through life. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. That change is difficult, but Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. While businesses are being transformed by artificial intelligence and analytics, GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation and make sense of the world. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems and sharing your insights, you're helping to build a better tomorrow for you, your community, and your family. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
Coach Leader getting ready for second half here as you see him on your screen. Lopes, 11 shots so far, 6 of them on goal. New Mexico State, 7 shots, 5 of them on goal. 5 saved for both goalkeepers, and 1 goal allowed on the side of New Mexico State as the Lopes lead 1-0 as we get ready for the second half. Philip Katafmo alongside Alex Larson. And Alex, Lopes doing a really good job so far, keeping the possession, doing a lot that we talked about in our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Yeah, that's right. Not discouraged, being outshot 31-1 against the University of Missouri Kansas City. Of course, they are a good team, 13-3, undefeated in the WAC. But here they are against New Mexico State, 11 shots to 7, and really, as far as quality goes, out-shooting this New Mexico State team very well. So shoot your shot. They are out-shooting their opponent. They need to continue that. Cooler heads prevail. That also very strong for GCU. They are being out-fouled 6-4, so that's always a good statistic. And, of course, they need to keep it like that. The 1 yellow card really for delay of game, and then finally finishing the fight. This is the part that they need to enact. They've taken the lead. They can't really – I'd say for this to be a success, they can't let in a goal.
Yeah, I'd say GCU had 2 big opportunities to score goals outside of Briley Hawkins' free kick. It was Kelsey Smith's shot from distance that just went a little bit far left, and then Mackenzie Cook's penalty kick, which was kicked almost directly into the hands of Ashley Martin. That would have possibly put the Lopes up 3-0, and more realistically, possibly 2-0. But right now, got to be happy with the score, got to be happy with the lead. Everybody playing very, very well. Lopes taking advantage of New Mexico State, taking advantage of Ashley Martin, and hopefully they can continue to play well, hit our 3 keys to the game, handle their game plan, which Coach Leader is going over for the second half. Get some continued great play from Mackenzie Cook, from Cameron Larson, from Briley Hawkins. And how about Abby Burton? 5 saves for the 5th-year senior.
Yeah, Burton's continuing to do what she has done all season long. And the offense is finally starting to really support her and make her comfortable back there. And here coming out, the Lopes really need to keep the strategy they had in the first half. I like the one-touch passing, the lead balls, and really going right at this New Mexico State defense.
Well, keeping the pressure for GCU will be probably on their main objective here against New Mexico State. A lot of shots coming outside of the box. Like you said, Alex, keeping those touch passes maybe a little bit more closer to the goal, and a lot of those crosses hopefully will be finished this time for the Lopes, and they can not only increase their lead, but get a win against New Mexico State, a team that they really want to beat and stay relevant in the WAC standings.
Yeah, of course, a win here brings them 2 even in the WAC, drops New Mexico State down to 1-5 in the WAC, and really sinks their rest of the season. But GCU, talk about how great of first half all they want. They need to come out and perform in the second.
Yeah, Lopes currently sitting in 6th place behind Utah Valley, California Baptist, Seattle University, UTRGV, and of course the undefeated UMKC Roos, who are 5-0 in the WAC standings. And Lopes trying to stay relevant here in the conference as they get ready in the second half. Lopes leading 1-0 here at the GCU Stadium against those pesky Aggies. And we are underway. The cannon.
The screams, I love it.
You gotta love the cannon here at GCU Stadium. Throw in for the Lopes. Cook tosses it into Smith. Smith over to Cook. Cook trying to get it through and unable to, so New Mexico State will pick it up, and we will have a foul on New Mexico State. Or actually, we'll have a foul on the Lopes. We will have a foul on the Lopes, so New Mexico State will send it away. Hawkins over to Hill. Hill boots it ahead. Tracking it down is Martinez, and it'll go out of bounds, so Larson will throw it in. Hill looking for space, out of bounds off of Hill, and it'll be a kick for Ashley Martin. So Martin with the goal kick. That one sent downfield. Getting in front of it. Opportunity, Larson. Larson the shot and out of bounds.
Boy, did that one ever fizzle out. I thought, yeah, from the second that ball broke, she was going to get a chance, but she was just out-hustled there.
Yeah.
Here it is. Couldn't seem to get the ball in the foot, and maybe if you lead that one on your foot just a little bit more, dribble a little bit further. That one's not going out. Can't just wait for it to go out there.
GCU just being patient with it, trying to take the ball away from New Mexico State, but unable to, so New Mexico State will hold on to possession. Edwards to Hawkins, and the Aggies pick it up. Downfield, headed away by Smith. That one booted ahead. Larson's going to hustle for it. Martin will scoop it up.
Martin almost burned earlier coming out there, but unable to finish on the empty net was GCU, but it was just inches away. Not to be fooled right there.
And looks like we've got a foul on the Aggies. Smith will send it away. Smith told to send it back a little bit further. Hawkins trying to get the head on it. Hill boxed out. New Mexico State will throw it in. Cook on the defense, and Lopes will take over.
Each team got it. Each team lost possession out of bounds.
McGee finding nobody. Larson looking for someone. Long shot and out of bounds.
Again with the long shots. That one not as far as some of the other ones we've seen, but still not really a threat.
Yeah, I can't really complain too much because Lopes were playing the long game in the first half, and they were able to get a goal. Not on the long shot, but it led to a penalty kick, and it led to a free kick, actually, I should say.
That was a very weak goal kick right there, and New Mexico State lucky that GCU wasn't able to get down on a breakaway.
Throw in for Mackenzie Cook. Smith. Crosses over to Hill. Hill to Cook. Cook crossing. Ooh, right into the hands of Martinez. Or Martin. Martin will send it away. Downfield. And it's sent away. GCU trying to do something with it. Tangled up. Johnson. Boots it ahead.
Nice passing down there in the corner.
And across Hill, trying to get it. Cook off her foot and out of bounds. Another missed opportunity for GCU. Not a bad look, though, for the Lopes, just off the foot the wrong way for Mackenzie Cook.
And not a bad look. You keep getting a couple more of those, and you like your odds right in front of Martin.
New Mexico State pushing it up. Burton will come out of the box to grab it. Burton downfield. And out of bounds. So the Lopes will hang on to possession.
And a really kind of sloppy start to the second half so far from each team, and possession-wise from the aspect of how they've been controlling it and comparatively speaking to passing in the first half.
So last touch by the Lopes, throw in for New Mexico State. 53rd minute, Lopes still up 1-0 off a goal by Briley Hawkins in the 25th minute. Opportunities have been there for GCU, 13 shots, 6 on goal. And the Aggies are looking at 7 shots and 5 of those on goal.
You're just going to another one, yep. You knew it from far. And
yeah, and another one from distance for GCU. But Martin able to come and get it. And it goes out of bounds. Thrown in and sent out again. Cook up to Hill.
Nice ball. Good idea.
Hill on the cross. Header unable to get it. Johnson on the recovery. And out of bounds. So, corner kick from GCU coming. Cook will go over to handle the corner kick for the Lopes. Cook in the air. Batted around.
Not a good ball.
New Mexico State pushing it up. Yeah, it's going to be a little too far out in front.
And New Mexico State really seeming to have struggles to formulate anything here on offense here in the 56th minute.
New Mexico State. Hawkins heads it. In the air. Larson. Trying to get it to Hill. It'll go out of bounds. Ooh, Hawkins collides.
Yeah, that was a nice collision.
Cook looking for Larson, but Larson isn't anywhere near it. And out of bounds, New Mexico ball. That one thrown in, headed by Hill. Larson. New Mexico State with an opportunity. Lopes trying to squander it. Keep this lead for GCU. Intercepted by the Lopes. New Mexico State will hang on to it.
Well, they have to really keep this lead here because not playing as well as they were the first half, certainly, and that is evident on the field. You can just feel it in the energy on the field.
Yeah, things have seemed to slow down a little bit for the Lopes. They were able to keep possession the entire time in the first half, but now they've just kind of...
Yeah, and you knew it would, but
yeah,
not necessarily as strong as they'd like it, I would imagine.
That one right past Edwards. Should recover and get through. And Edwards sends it over out of bounds. And out of bounds. So New Mexico State hanging on to it. Kind of just been back and forth, going out of bounds, changing possession. Not as fast-paced as the first half so far. It's still very early. Lopes taking their opportunities when they come. Still playing great soccer so far.
There's still about 31 minutes remaining, so a lot can be done in that time.
Burton will send it downfield. And late call. Free kick from Martinez of New Mexico State. Martinez in the air. Lopes going to try to prevent it. Rebound for New Mexico State. Lopes got to clear it. And they will.
Nice job defense stacked up in front of the keeper. Able to prevent any harm from going on there.
How about Abby Burton? Trapping that one for GCU.
And again, you don't start to freak out here, but New Mexico State's starting to get some life here, and they have a chance. This is not going to be just a given that GCU is going to hold this lead. And you want to try and maybe even hope for insurance.
New Mexico State pushing it up. And out of bounds. So substitutions for the Lopes. Perry Belzer will check in. And Carly Bateman will check out. You see Sandra Hill over there playing a very good game for the Lopes defensively. Lopes trying to get something going. Cook. And it'll be touched out of bounds, so GCU will hang on. So Sarah Inafuku will check in, and Mackenzie Cook will come out.
Yeah, now's the time where you need to see something from your playmakers. It would be nice to see a goal from Inafuku right here because that would really change the momentum of this game and swing everything in the favor of GCU.
Yeah, Inafuku able to score against Chicago State twice in their previous game, and then also again against Seattle University earlier in WAC play. So Inafuku been ineffective. Been effective for GCU when she gets in, making the most of her play.
Oh, that one bouncing around like a pinball off.
Whitaker sends it over to Burton. You know, we talk about Cameron Larson being a possible prominent goal scorer for the Lopes, and I want to put Sarah Inafuku in that talk, but she is a senior. She played 3 years on the club team here at GCU. This is her first year actually on the women's soccer team, and it's a shame that she's a senior because she is absolutely fantastic when she's out there on the field for the Lopes.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that. I mean, you know, some of these club players just don't want to do it at the Division I level or whatever the reason, but they have the talent, and that's what they found there with Inafuku. And it's really special when you can go to your club programs, your other programs around school, and find players that they're not only going to play but start.
Hawkins boots it out of bounds. And yeah, I mean, you know, like we said, Inafuku 3. It's almost like it's kind of like a minor league team for the most part. You get the players who don't get an opportunity to really get an athletic scholarship from the soccer team, so they go and play on the club team, and they get scouted from the quote unquote pro team, the collegiate team, and just like Sarah Inafuku, they get an opportunity to play out here at the GCU Soccer Stadium for the collegiate team.
Yeah, and it's not cooler for anyone but the player that got pulled up. I mean, just crazy, and you got to imagine the feeling from going to club. I mean, nothing against club. I played club lacrosse here at GCU.
Yeah. We a
but
great club lacrosse team.
It's just a bigger deal to play Division I.
Right.
And so from her going from club locker room to the Division I locker room has got to be certainly a gratifying feeling and an exciting feeling.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the unfortunate thing about that is that Sarah Inafuku is a senior, and this will be her last year here at GCU. But right now, the Lopes trying to get it ahead to Briley Hawkins, and Martin will come get it. I believe our club lacrosse team won the national championship not too long ago as well.
We won it 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Hannah Nichols will check in. Briley Hawkins will come out. Hawkins, the lone goal scorer tonight for the Lopes. Getting a breather. Playing 65 minutes. Hawkins finally getting checked out of the game. Getting some rest as Hannah Nichols checks in. That one pushed ahead. Crossed. Deutsch trying to get some space. Off the foot of New Mexico. It's going to go in the corner and cleared out. Smith hustling for it, touched out, and Lopes will keep possession. Throw in for Smith. In the air. Yeah, Smith getting hit and a late call on New Mexico State.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing that here as the minutes go on and this game wanes into the night. Frustration for New Mexico State. Just trying to make something happen and that boiling over, maybe getting some calls for themselves.
Smith will try to put the Lopes up 2-0 here with the free kick. This one in the air. On the cross. Lopes on the rebound. New Mexico State sends it out of bounds. So another throw in for GCU. Smith throws it in. And corner kick now for the Lopes. Or throw in for the Lopes. Kelsey Smith will handle it.
It's the second time tonight. It seems like it's been a corner, but it's a throw-in. One at each end.
Belzer will throw it in.
Ooh, good throw.
A great throw and headed out. And touched out. This time should be a corner kick for the Lopes. And it'll be another throw in by Belzer. Off of the chest of Larson, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, now it's kind of just wear down the clock. I mean, if, you know, you're not going to get a ton of shots or anything, you got to make sure that defensively is just holding and just doing enough. Almost to about minute number 70 here.
In the air. Lopes are going to have to clear it out. New Mexico State able to keep it.
Little extra burst here for the Aggies. GCU needs to stop it.
That's going to be a foul on the Lopes. So free kick now for New Mexico State. Nice grab by Burton. Abby Burton again. Abby Burton been absolutely lights out. 7 saves for the 5th-year senior.
Yeah, they're starting
that
to
was
threaten
close.
here
Whitaker,
now.
yeah, just barely poking that one out. New Mexico State still threatening. Lopes going to have to clear it. Shot in the air and out of bounds. And there she is, Abby Burton, 7 saves so far. The 5th-year senior doing a great job. Playing very, very well for the Lopes all season. Came into this game with 80 saves. Now she's got 87. And I'll tell you what, Coach Leader has got to be happy with the production he's been getting out of Abby Burton.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, they satisfy all the other Sanderson Ford 3 keys of the game, and should have thrown on Burton there playing unstoppable. Here she is, but number 3 is still to be determined. Can they hold on right here in the 73rd minute up by 1? This is what it's all about. You got to finish the fight.
Yeah, hopefully the Lopes will be able to finish the fight. 72nd minute. Lopes still leading 1-0. Very, very close game. New Mexico State has had their opportunities here in the second half. Really putting some good balls in and around the area of Abby Burton. And thankfully for the Lopes, defensively, GCU has been pretty strong.
Yeah, very strong too, but eventually New Mexico State is going to push something through, so you gotta limit their chances.
Kelsey Smith will handle the free kick for the Lopes. Headed out, Cook. Martinez with it for the Aggies. Pushes it ahead. And Ifuku on defense. Headed out of bounds.
Definitely slowed down here in half number 2. But will it be to the Lopes' chagrin, or will they enjoy this because the energy in the first half was much different than this, and all they need to do is maybe hold and they can survive in turtle mode, possibly.
Yeah, we'll see if the Lopes will clear it here. And they will.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you can just really play defense and be safe in the turtle mode, not necessarily attack. But I'm not sure they're going to go with that way. I'm sure they're still going to try and get chances offensively.
Well, you know, we talk about finishing strong, and we want this team to finish strong. But, you know, you make a good point as with such a close game and New Mexico State kind of intruding on that box, maybe playing it safe and playing the possession game for GCU is the best approach.
Yeah, for the final 15 minutes, go into the shell, just take all the hits you can and barely get through.
That one in the air. That one's going to roll, and Burton will jump on top of it. Abby Burton again, saving the Lopes.
My goodness. This is really starting to get close for GCU, and with only 15 minutes to go, it's not the time you want to see New Mexico State amping it up. GCU needs to dig deep here.
Yeah, we talk about it, finishing strong, but New Mexico State is starting to maybe poke through just a little bit. Defensively, the Lopes are still strong. 7 saves. Deutsch able to get a boot on that one. They're going to stop the clock, and it's going to be a yellow card on Hannah Nichols. So 2 yellow cards issued out for GCU. Or I'm sorry, 3. There was a yellow card on Michaela McGee for time wasting. So 3 yellow cards for the Lopes. Touched. Lopes still got to clear it.
Yeah, get it out of there.
Edwards doing a good job. Edwards still pushing it ahead. Looking for the cross to Larson. Larson with an opportunity to put the Lopes up. Getting the touch, it'll roll, and she will collide with Martin.
Very, very poor job. That is absolutely unacceptable from Larson. One-on-one, just continued to carry it in and didn't get it off the foot. She dribbled it right into the keeper.
Yeah, right into the feet of Ashley Martin, but not a bad look from Cameron Larson. Just,
no one's
like
saying
you
it's
said,
a bad
maybe
look.
just stepping in a little bit too much.
How do you not see Martin coming in at you and get that off earlier? It's literally a tap to the left or the right. And I'm not saying I can do it at all, but I'm saying as a Division I athlete, as a Division I player, you're recruited to do that. You have to do it.
So missed opportunity for the Lopes as Larson unable to complete the play. That one sent out of bounds. Thrown into Nichols. Cook. And out of bounds. Downfield. Hill with the touch, but New Mexico State will hang on. Whitaker will get it to Burton. And it'll go out of bounds. Lopes get a touch on it. New Mexico State still threatening. Right into the hands of Abby Burton.
80th minute here, 10 ticks. 10 60-second ticks.
Yeah, Lopes 10 minutes away for those who need a bit of translation on the one. 10 minutes away here for GCU as they are hanging on to this 1-0 lead so far. That one booted ahead looking for Martinez.
Gotta try and find a way to stop these drives into the box. Stop letting Mexico State get it into that danger area.
Lopes will throw it in. That one in the air. Mexico State able to knock it down. Burton's going to come up and scoop it up.
Yeah, well, I'd say her play is probably the most essential here in this final 9 minutes, wouldn't you? I mean, this game, I don't want to say hangs in her balance, but, you know, her decisions are going to severely dictate the outcome of this game.
And one sent away, not going to be able to chase it down. It'll go out of bounds. 9 minutes away for the Lopes. Victory here would be huge for GCU, as they are trying to stay on top of, or not on top, but in relevance of the WAC standings. Cook will throw it in. Headed out of bounds. Kenzie Cook will get another shot to throw it in here. Lopes crossing and opportunity. GCU unable to convert, and it'll go out of bounds. Martin had it in her hands and it came out.
That's number 3. That's missed chance number 3.
Actually, if you think about it, that's number 5. You've got the penalty kick by Cook. You've got the long distance shot by Kelsey Smith. You've got the, oh no, that's actually maybe 4. Either way, the opportunities for GCU.
It doesn't matter. Anything more than one is too much.
They've been there, just unable to convert.
Yeah, anything more than one is too much, and yeah, you get to a number like 3 to 5, and it's just.
Four opportunities for the Lopes to score throughout this entire game. I mean, they were able to convert with Briley Hawkins, but on the flip side, maybe offensively they're not converting a lot, but I'll tell you what, defensively they're playing phenomenal. The Lopes are absolutely on fire defensively, keeping New Mexico State out of scoring territory. New Mexico State's had opportunities to score as well, but defensively the Lopes are really, really good tonight.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said every time a defense gets a shutout, not just for the keeper, but for the defense, and not just for the defense, but for the keeper. But it's not over yet. They're still going to be tested here in these final 5.5.
That one's in the air. Burton again off her face. She'll stay with it. And Abby Burton has been the anchor of this defense. 8 saves so far for the 5th-year senior. I know we've been kind of dwelling on the offensive opportunities, and the Lopes have taken some shots from distance that maybe they could, get a little closer to the box and take a better shot. And there have been a couple that haven't gone their way, but for the most part, I got to say the Lopes are playing some great soccer, really on both ends of the field. I know that we've been talking a lot about missed opportunities, but at least the opportunities are there, and it all starts with how great they are playing defensively.
Yeah, Abby Burton's been able to make defense into offense all night here, and it's kind of been overshadowed based on the speed of the first half, but really coming into fruition how much he's done for this team here.
Martinez trying to poke free. Hill gets a touch on it. Whitaker. Nichols getting a touch on it. Nice slide, and yeah, that's going to be a card. Yeah, that's going to be a yellow card on Whitaker. So Anna Whitaker joins the yellow card team for GCU. And it'll be a free kick for New Mexico State. In the air, Lope's going to have to clear it.
Get it out.
And they will get it out. Cook.
Yeah, now you just get it down, and now you just play defense. You just work. You just work with it.
Yeah, Martin doing the smart thing, scooping it up. Sent down. Noah Johnson and Cameron Larson waiting to check in for GCU.
So if you didn't hear, the field might pick up what the referee just said. Anytime the winning team is putting on substitutions in the final 5 minutes, the clock has to be stopped. I'll be honest, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so fun fact here. Hill back to Cook. Cook, she's got Martinez crossing.
Yeah, I mean, now you just take that ball to the corner and kind of dribble it around and see how much time you can waste.
Smith trying to fight for it. Touched.
Still danger here for GCU.
Just got to keep playing the possession game here for the Lopes. New Mexico State pushing it up.
Oh, that's...
Off the foot on the cross. It's going to be sent down again. And out of bounds.
Yeah, nice job not taking the risk right there, just clearing it out. No chance.
Cook, yeah, she's going to send it out. So the Lopes will wait on their substitutions as we get a throw-in for New Mexico State. That one headed out. New Mexico State still threatening. Martinez hustling for it. On the cross.
2.5.
Cook able to intercept it. Kicks it ahead. Martinez hustling. Martin will come out of the box. Off of her teammate. Smith heads it. And out of bounds. So we talked about what the Lopes would do. Will they keep the pressure on or will they play the possession game? And it looks like for right now they are playing the possession game, relying on that stout defense to keep New Mexico State quiet. Headered, out of bounds. Lopes getting close to under a minute here. Cameron Larson will check in. Noah Johnson will check in. Andrea Martinez and Hannah Nichols will check out. Burton will try to kick it as far as she can. Looking for Larson. Smith.
The first offside of the game for GCU, I think.
Offsides call for the Lopes. We are now at a minute. Martin will handle the free kick for New Mexico State. Cook getting ahead on it. Johnson.
Seconds.
Johnson boots it ahead to Larson. Larson should be able to kick it ahead.
They just send it down into the corner or just let it run. That's fine too.
Larson fighting for it.
Oh,
grabbing it. No call, and they finally call it. So 10 seconds now as the Lopes will let the clock wind down. They get another win in WAC play that will send them to 3-3 on the WAC season. And New Mexico State continues their troubles on the road, going to 0-8 away from Las Cruces and 1-5 in the WAC. And Alex, gotta say, defensively, the Lopes absolutely on fire.
Yeah, defensively they did very well, and I wouldn't say it's quite yet a complete game because I'd say the final 15-20 minutes were a little bit closer or more nerve-wracking than we would have liked. But certainly this team from top to bottom did what they needed to do, and that's why they have a win. And they're 3-3 in the WAC now, so still relevant within the WAC standings.
16 shots for the Lopes, 9 of them on goal, 12 shots for New Mexico State, 8 of them on goal. They were able to nail almost all of our keys to the game, out-shooting their opponent, keeping their fouls down, and finishing the fight as the Lopes get another victory here at home against rival New Mexico State. Our GCU golf course player of the game, pretty obvious, the fifth-year senior, Abby Burton, 8 saves. For Abby, you see her right there on your screen, getting some congratulations from her teammates. Did a fantastic job tonight. 8 saves for Abby Burton. She started the game out with 80, moves up to 88, and continues to climb the WAC standings. Thank you for tuning in. Women's soccer still has one more game left here at home. Tune in this Sunday to see the Lopes take on the Utah Valley Wolverines, the team that knocked them out of the WAC tournament last season. Will the Lopes get their revenge? Only one way to find out. Tune in next Sunday. For the entire team here at GCU TV, for Alex Larson, I am Philip Katafma, wishing you a happy rest of your weekend. Tune in on Sunday for some afternoon soccer as the Lopes take on Utah Valley. I'll be on the call with Kyle Borg. And as always, go Lopes!